Hello guys, welcome back. Today I have got something absolutely deadly for you, the Traxler Counter Attack. This opening is full of traps, sacrifices, and surprise attacks. I'll break down every key variation so you know exactly how to destroy your opponent. So, watch till the end. Alright, let's jump straight into the action. White begins with e4. You hit back with e5, knight f3, knight c6, bishop c4, and boom, we're in the Italian game. One of the most popular openings from beginners all the way to grandmasters. Now, here comes our first twist. We play knight f6, inviting white to jump in and attack our weak f7 square. Usually, this leads to annoying lines like the fried liver or the lolly attack. But today, we are not defending. We are fighting fire with fire, and that starts with the move bishop to c5, the Traxler Counter Attack. From this moment, the game becomes a battlefield. We are going to attack non-stop, sacrifice if needed, and chase that king from the very first moves. If you enjoy aggressive chess, this opening is made for you. Since we completely ignore white's threat, they'll go for the natural move knight to f7, forking our queen and rook. Bishop f7 also exists, but knight f7 is by far the most common. And now it's our turn. It's time to launch a brutal attack. We start with the stunning move bishop to f2 check. This shocks most players. White suddenly has three choices, and the usual one is king takes bishop, but this is exactly what we want. After sacrificing our bishop, we jump in with our knight. Another check. From here, the white king has 6 different escape squares, and each one leads to wild, dangerous positions. That's why I want you to watch this video till the end. These attacking patterns will upgrade your chess instantly. Now, there are thousands of possible sidelines, and no video can cover all of them. But the good news is, you don't need to memorize anything. Once you understand the ideas, you will crush players who walk into this line. Let me show you your attacking tools. This knight in the center is your powerhouse. Your queen is always ready to jump out and threaten deadly checks. Your other knight is just one move away from joining the attack. Your bishop becomes dangerous with a simple pawn push, and you can castle any time to bring your rook into the open file. So you have everything you need to be creative and aggressive. Now let's start breaking it down, move by move. If white chooses king to e1, the game basically ends right there. Watch this. Queen to h4, check. And if king goes to f1, queen f2 is checkmate. If king goes to e2, then after the following move sequence, all moves are forced. And again, white is checkmate in 3 moves. So in this position, the only logical move for white looks like pawn to g3. It feels safe, but it actually opens the gates to disaster, because after knight takes g3, things get brutal very quickly. If white gets greedy and tries to take our rook, we simply bring our knight back, and we can finish the game with the same mating pattern I showed you earlier. Nothing changes. The king is still in danger, and black is still attacking. But what if white gets brave and captures our knight instead? Well, that's even worse, because we immediately take the rook with check. White can't move the king because if he does, he loses the queen instantly. So, he's forced to block with his bishop, and after that we calmly castle, activating our rook on this deadly open file. Now, queen to e2 is basically the only move white has left. We attack that queen with our knight, forcing her to offer an exchange. At this point, we simply trade queens, and after that, we give a check and pick up the remaining rook. And as you can clearly see, this position is completely winning for black. A clean, powerful attack. And the Traxler delivers once again. Okay, going back. Let's see what happens if king moves to e2 from here. This time, we bring our other knight into the game. It's a check. If king e1, then it's the same attack as we discussed earlier. If king d3, then knight f2 is a triple attack, and you can easily win it from here. If king moves to f1, then queen f6 check. Moving the king will result in a mate, so he blocks the check and his queen is gone. Going back now, let's look at what happens if king moves to f3. We play queen f6 check. Since white has come this far, he will definitely take this knight. Then pawn to d5 check. If bishop takes, then queen f4 check. King d3 is forced. Again, queen d4 check. King e2 is forced. Then we take this bishop. And if you see, we are double attacking this pawn and this knight. If white tries to be greedy and takes this rook, then we play this stunning move. Bishop g4 check, and the queen is gone. In this position, if white king takes this pawn, then it's a mate in 2 moves. First, knight b4 check, and if king goes to e4, then queen f4 is checkmate. And if king goes to c5, then queen b6 is a checkmate. Alright, going back. What if white tries king f1? Simple. We bring our queen out, immediately threatening mate next move. And now white has only 3 decent options, but honestly, none of them save the position. Let's check them one by one. If queen f3, we hit back with knight d4 attacking the queen. White now has only 2 logical replies. Queen e3 or g3. Anything else? Game over instantly. If queen e3, it's a clean fork. We win the queen or the rook, and then our knight and rook join the attack to completely destroy the king. If g3, then we don't stop. Queen h3 check. White is forced into queen g2, and we continue with queen f5 check. From here, no matter what white plays, black is dominating the entire board. The attack continues and the win becomes effortless. Going back in this position, if white plays queen e2, then we can simply bring our rook into the game and then start attacking with the highlighted moves. In this position, if he plays queen e1, then you can bring your knight to g3 and give check. Remember this, in most of these lines, knight g3 is going to be a very good move. Now if queen takes, then you can simply regain your lost pieces like this, and you are in a solid position. Alright, going back now, let's see what happens if king moves to e3. Again, we move our queen to h4, protecting this knight. If knight takes rook, then queen f4 check, and it should be checkmate in a few moves from here. Alright, now let's look at the 6th and final option, king to g1. This is actually white's best move, but the funny thing is, most players still mess this up. First things first, we need to save our queen, so we play queen h4, and immediately we threatening checkmate again. Now white has to stop the mate. If he tries queen e2 or queen f3, don't worry, the ideas are exactly the same as we discussed earlier. Black keeps the initiative and the attack continues. But if white goes for queen f1, then it gets even simpler for us. We just bring the rook into the game. Rook to f8, adding more pressure. And suddenly, white is in serious trouble again. No matter what white chooses here, black maintains a strong attacking position. White has one more option here. Pawn to g3, which is actually the best move in this position. But even this doesn't save him. As always, we simply capture the pawn with our knight. If white recaptures, then comes the killer. Queen g3 check. White has only one move, king f1. And once again, we bring in the firepower. Rook to f8, adding even more pressure. From here, the attacks are endless, and with white's king completely exposed, black should easily win. And notice something important. Throughout the entire game, white never even got the chance to develop any of the 3 queenside pieces. That's the beauty of this attack. That's why black keeps dominating from start to finish. So that's the full idea behind this attacking masterpiece. If you learned something new today, then show your support. I'm targeting 1,000 likes on this video, and your one click really motivates me to bring more high-quality chess content for you. Make sure to subscribe, share it with your chess buddies, and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, keep improving, keep attacking, and keep winning.